Right, so what's in your energy today? Okay, so you've got a twin flame featuring heavily in your reading today. And we've got twin flame card here, and we've also got the Four of Wands, which is a twin flame card. This person was likely wearing a mask, and I think you've been heading to your paradise. But when I cut that deck, I can see under here, this person made you feel like you weren't enough. So you more than likely walked through the doorway. Spirit gave you an opportunity to choose yourself and spirit, or just yourself, you know, it depends on where your belief system is, and you've been healing. You've released this. And I think whilst releasing this, you started to appreciate simplicity. You understand you want simplicity in your life, and maybe you're focusing on the simple things, the small things. This person, the exhaustion card is upside down because I don't think you feel as exhausted as you once did, or you could be still healing, like you still do feel some exhaustion from having to go through this dynamic with this person who was wearing a mask, and more than likely couldn't be faithful, because it says I can be faithful. Interestingly, I think in this alone time, you've started to recognize that there's simply, you may have already recognized this prior to making your departure, or spirit made the departure, you know, however it is. But as it stands, I do think you're separated from this person. You started to recognize there simply isn't enough passion or charisma here. That's why they're upside down. To keep it going, to keep your interest going, even though you did see them part of your destiny. So I don't know if this is a retrospect thing, sort of like, you know, now you've done some healing, or sort of like, yes, they're my twin flame, or yes, I really love them, or yes, I truly love them, and I did see them part of my destiny, but there wasn't enough passion or charisma, or you actually recognize that whilst you were in the dynamic. This person is feeling very differently to you, is the energy I'm getting. Okay, they were hoping you would chase. I have a feeling this person was happy to play games with the mask here. I think they're always playing around, is the sort of feeling I get. And they feel very differently to you. Their love is stronger for you than ever. And I think half of the reason is because you didn't chase, you chose yourself. And when I cut this deck, it says gratitude for the past. I may be tapping into you, and you're grateful, you know, to have the opportunity to have learned a lesson, to have grown, to, you know, choose yourself. But I think this is more this person's energy. I think they are very, very grateful that you entered their life. Probably more grateful than you did, because you gave more than this person. That, you know, potentially maybe they can't, but essentially this person is the ex. When I clarified it, true love landed on top of it, and when I clarified it again, we got wedding, and this was sideways. So I think this is sideways because this person truly loves you, your ex, more than likely a twin flame, doesn't have to be, and they want a solid foundation with you. But I think it's sideways because they know full well that's probably not where you're at. I'd imagine they'd be able to sense in your energy that you're running away to find your own paradise. And maybe the camera's upside down here because you're not really looking back. You're not, I wouldn't be surprised if you don't look at pictures. You know, you're not reminiscing in that way, whereas they are. Okay, they don't want to let you get away. That's why they're thinking this sort of high level commitment, because they know more. They know full well you're ready to release them and use your wings to fly away. But whilst you've been away, this person started to recognize a few things. I don't feel like that they didn't know this, but yeah. And by the way, for them, the charisma is upright and the passion is upright. But I feel for you, you're not so sure. I think you might be a bit dual, like, anyway, let's go into it. This person knows that they're in the wrong, okay, and they're actually seeking help for their stuff, their mask wearing, more than likely. And they see you as an angel in their eyes, and they recognize that you're the Empress. So they couldn't see you in higher regard, really. But I feel like you see them as an upside down emperor. I don't think you do see them in that kind of regard. But, you know, it's a general reading, so put it where it fits. We've got here right path, wish, dreams upside down, and attraction. I think there's some of you I'm tapping into and you're not sure. I think some of you, although you're not quite sure about the charisma and attraction, it might be attraction, but with the passion, I felt like, you know, like trusting them. There's only so much you can be attracted to someone you can't trust, and so forth. With that, I can be faithful card. But you put it where it fits. You know, very often things aren't an accident when they come out clumsy, but they can be. I just don't think you see this person as part of you. You don't dream about them the way you once did, so that's why it's upside down. But there is a little bit of you that wishes about them. It can't be for all of you, and maybe it's only momentary. You know, maybe it's old habits dying hard, because there was a time you fully saw this person, your destiny, and you had done a lot of manifesting, hoping one day you could have some sort of solid foundation and they would treat you right. But I do think there's part of you, some of you, even if it's 2%, you do feel like maybe there's some sort of destiny here, and they will do the right thing. I'm being brought to the owl here. They'll find the wisdom. They'll get their act together. They'll do the right thing. And, you know, you hope for this charisma and passion to be upright as they see it for you. But I'm going to tell you how I'm sensing it. They may well get the help and do the right thing and get the wisdom, but you might find it quite painful to realise all this time there wasn't a lot of charisma between you both. Maybe for them, but for you, it's almost like this person had been wearing a mask all this time, playing around, trauma bonding games, all of this stuff, because there is no charisma. Not enough of it. Not enough where you'd be willing to marry the person or something. But that can't be for all of you, but that's what I'm feeling. But essentially, you don't need to worry, because your soul knows. Let's see what else is there. Yeah, so you're just focusing on the moment. And I think you're just focused on your soul, and I'm being brought to bring it over here, like the alone time. I think you're just appreciating yourself. Maybe there was a time with the throat chakra here, you felt very stifled by this person. I think with the third eye card underneath there, I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, they got in the way of your goals, your destiny, your wishes and fulfillment, because whether it was some trauma karma situation that was going on here, or just the fact that it was, you know, in twin flame situations, there can be a sort of trauma karmic aspect to it that you sort of agree before you come down. You were so sort of entwined into that and having to work with that, you were unable to manifest what you truly wanted, and that's what you're doing now. And it might be simple things. It might be, you know, slow mornings, listening to yourself, talking to yourself nicely, just doing the right things now. Now you're out of this energy the way you once were. But yeah, this person isn't happy without you. They don't want this to be over, and that's why the Knight of Wands has landed on top of Celebrate and Adventure, and Celebrate essentially is Union card. They want to come rushing in, but for me, a Knight of Wands is somebody who's in and out. So tell me more, please, Spirit, for the highest good of all. If this doesn't bring you happiness or joy, you're not interested. You know, I think you've healed enough where you know if it doesn't tick those boxes exactly, it's world, it's over. You don't care who, what, whatever they are, family, and whatever it is. If it's not making you feel happiness or joy, and it doesn't mean, like, I mean, obviously you've got to give some people a bit of leniency, but if it's not contributing overall to your happiness or joy or peace, you're more than happy to release it. That's how much healing you've done. And I'm hearing including yourself, exactly, Chariot, you'd move on. And you know this about yourself, and yeah, exactly, six of swords and star, which is healing. And not only do you know this, they know this. That's why they're seeking for some help, okay? And Hierophant, they want a traditional relationship with you. Two of Cups. They love you. But it's like, the energy I'm getting is like they love you now that you've moved on. They love you now that you haven't chased. They love you now that you chose yourself. They love you now. And it's like, they love you now you're around the corner and they can't see you. And it's like, I sort of feel like once you're in their energy, with the Knight of Wands out here, it makes me feel like they'll turn back on that horse and go around the corner again, like, which could leave you in depression, heartbreak, and Seven of Swords. So just be wary, like, mindful of that. And I'm not, you know what I'm inclined to say? You might do that. Not like to be malicious, but actually you'll give them the time of day. You'll recognise there really isn't much charisma here anymore, or if there ever was. You don't feel passionate about them the way you wished, or something like that. And you're going to break their heart and put them in more depression than they're already feeling. And they're going to see you as strategic. I'm not sure if this is their fear, or this is what will transpire. Let's see. Messages for the collective, please, Spirit. Yeah, they know your sword is up. They know you're the Queen of Swords. You're no Queen of Cups anymore. But it's weird. They love you more. Not that they love you more, but they like you with the sword. I think this person's got severe issues when it comes to dynamics. It's like they want you as the Queen of Cups, but the moment you give them the Queen of Cups, they want you as the Queen of Swords. So I think this would be not very stabilizing for you, but I think this person could provide you with some kind of material comfort. And I am inclined to say you've already found your own material. You know, it doesn't have to be money. Your energetic comforts, you've already found that. But I think this person can offer it in a 3D in maybe a very obvious way. But whether they could sort of make your heart comfortable, I'm not sure how I'm feeling about that. They do want teamwork though. But they're nervous of you. Queen of Cups here. They're nervous of you. Maybe they see you as a bit of dual. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Because I did just mention the Queen of Cups and Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Cups has come out here. They may very well be dealing with somebody else who's a Queen of Cups. Anyway, that's not for all of you. They want to come out of the cold, but I do think, I didn't like where that energy turned just then. Tell me more, please, Spirit. Yeah, they're juggling you. They're juggling you. You've got the Empress card out here twice, so they know, you know who this is. They've got somebody else in the energy because they lack confidence. Oh. Or maybe this is why the I Can Be Faithful card, maybe it has something to do with this Queen of Cups and you're the Queen of Swords, and you were a Queen of Cups, and maybe you know, like this is loving, giving energy, and now you're not. You've got your sword up. You're discerning. You're sharp and clear. God, I'll have to go where Spirit's telling me, but it's just, I mean, I probably won't post it, but here we go. This person wants to give you both a cup of love. And they want, I'm just going to have to run with it and not post it if necessary. You're the Empress, so you're not even the Queen of Swords, okay? You've got the Empress out here twice for confirmation. Maybe this person's a bit of an Empress in their own right, even though they might be male. This person, they like pissing people off. They love pissing people off. And their idea is to stay with somebody, you know, take all their loving energy, piss them off to the point they become the Queen of Swords, and then they go to the other person for the Queen of Cups of love, and they keep going round. That's either what they've been doing or that's what they want to continue to do. So no wonder you chose alone time and chose your own comforts, your own paradise. And that's why they were making you feel like you weren't enough. Oh. Yeah, they don't want you to move on. And we've got the Lovers out there, so they don't want it to be over, they don't want you to move on. They're a King of Wands upside down. Player. Absolute player. And you moving on was justice. They just brought you conflict. They like that. This energy I'm tapping in today, it gives them pleasure to see you in the Three of Swords, Ten of Swords. It makes them feel alive. So we're dealing with somebody, I mean, I don't even know if I'm going to post this. It's just ridiculous. And they're bored all the way through it as well. What a joke. What do you want me to say about that, Spirit? I mean, no wonder you released this. I don't know why this, what oh. Maybe you're going to tell this person your mind with the throat chakra here. Because you may already know this. That's why the third eye card is out here. Yeah, this person isn't grounded. The seduction cards landed upside down on top of the Empress cards because they know you're not going to take any of that nonsense. So just be mindful, okay, that this person isn't keeping you in rotation. And even if this is the past, this is what they were doing, bouncing between, maybe not even just two, many of you, taking all the love, pissing the person off to the point where, you know, they get their sword out and then they go to someone else with a cup of love and just do this exact same thing and go, and by the time they come round, you're there with a cup of love again, the sword is down, and that's what they want. And even if they recognise that you are the Empress and they want to marry you, you're the one they've chosen, there's still going to be a King of Wands upside down. They're still interested in defeating you. And yes, they know they might not allow to be seductive. They know you're not going to have a bar of it. But they still have this energy of, yeah, the hammer's upside down because it's like they want to sabotage things, but they don't want to repair it. So eventually, if you keep getting a hammer to something and you're not doing any repairs, it's going to just break. But they want you to be they want you to be the builder, Bob the Builder, and have your cup of love out. And they enjoy when you get your sword out for them getting the hammer out. It's just weird energy. And then they want celebration. I don't think I can post this. Yeah, and they don't want you to go away. They really do need to get some help for their stuff. It says light-hearted here, maybe this, and like, you know, obviously that's always a good energy to be in, you know, light-hearted, don't take things too seriously. But I think this is this person's energy overall, but it's annoying. You know, like dragonflies are lovely, but if there was too many of them around you whilst you're trying to sleep or something, you don't want them there. And I feel like that's what this energy is. It's sort of like, it doesn't help your well-being. That's why the abundance card is upside down. Like, it's at least how they are now. Oh, like, can you tap me out of the energy, spirit? Yeah. They don't want it to be over, but it is over, and I'm not surprised. I mean, the energy I'm picking up on, how irritating. Like, this behaviour is like of a toddler. Got soulmates out here. But there's it's engineered. This is an accident. This is engineered. It's like, it's not, it's calculated, it's strategic. It's not like, oh, I'm sorry, you know, they've planned it. It's weird. Yeah, I'm not available, and they don't want to heal. That's what their energy is. And they'll constantly be in this King of Wands upside down, Knight of Wands, in and out, player, not available, wanting your cup of love, getting you to the point where you have to get your sword out. But they might be faithful now. That's what you might get. And you won't even want to sleep with them, and you won't even see any charisma. So it's just pure shit. I'm not even going to post this. Like, it's just, yeah, and side piece. I mean, that might be over. That energy I was picking up earlier, that might be over. But I think you'd always be doubting about side pieces, and they'd like you to as well. They'd enjoy you. They'd enjoy it. They'd enjoy it. You being stewing and stressing over it. This is the energy I'm feeling. Oh, they're so annoying. Like, I can imagine them saying to you, like, just have faith. Just have faith. Like, after you find, like, a picture in their phone, like, a text, or, you know what I mean? I mean, I don't know why I'm laughing. You've got the wisdom anyway. We've got 2 Empress cards out here, and I keep being brought to this owl here. But earlier I felt like this feeling of that you might think this is the right path. Maybe you do. Maybe you want to marry a clown somewhere. Yeah, the addiction card is upside down, but they're into risky. Look, we've got risky adrenaline here. Addiction's upside down because maybe they're trying to, you know, maybe they're trying to sort that out, whatever it is. But this person's addicted to seduction. They're probably getting sex addiction help or something, is the energy I'm feeling. But even if, is the feeling I get, even if they do tackle this, that's not going to be the only problem. They're a pain in the arse. And they want to be. Like, it's literally that energy. They want to be. Twin flame. 2 twin flame cards. We've got denial card out here. Maybe this person's so unaware of themselves, they don't know this about themselves. So if you were to like call them out and say like, you know, you're being deliberately precocious or vindictive, or, you know, this is part of who you are, they'd be in denial about it, or you're in denial about how, you know, that this person is like this. You can't trust this person, even if they get help. It's sad because part of, I don't know the energies, part of them doesn't want to be, like, if they've got some sort of sex addiction or other addictions, whatever it is, they don't, you know, they know that's why you're not, part of the reason why you're not around, and they want to sort that out. But it's not only you. Like, I get the energy, like, even if they didn't actually have relations with other people, they will emotionally. But I genuinely get this feeling like they would like to hurt you. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, this is for you. Interesting. Lust upside down, a divine feminine, and we've got the seduction card upside down here. We've got the sneaky card upside down, addiction card upside down. Maybe I'm picking up on some past energy here. But this is their choice. They know that they have to let go of lust to be with divine feminine, the Empress. They know. But I still think this person's going to be an absolute pain in the arse. Even if. And you'd always wonder, is the feeling I get. And they don't mind you wondering. If it agitates you a bit, that makes it, it's like, it make them feel comfortable. They'd like to make you jealous, but pretend they don't or something. It makes them feel like valued, like, you know, that means you care. It's really, I would just keep on focusing on your self-love and your own paradise. Because this energy, if it had a smell, it would stink. Yeah, I don't even feel like this person really, this person only, they don't wish they treated you better. They just know that they have to treat you better. Otherwise they can't have you. And because you're the Empress. And they might actually be seeking some professional help for help, put it where it fits. Because they want you in their energy. You're the divine feminine. They know you're the divine feminine. They love you. And yes, they may have played with someone else as well. And, you know, love both of you. But they want you the most. So they might choose you and be like, I can be faithful. But this person's still going to be an absolute pain in the arse. And I don't usually swear, but... And I think eventually you're just going to feel, if you haven't already, is that you're just going to feel like there isn't any charisma. Yeah, you're going to feel like it's a karmic relationship if you haven't already. There'll be no wisdom here. You're good for them. They're not good for you. You've got something to offer them. But if you want a nuisance in your life and a clown who doesn't want to take accountability really, but just does enough of the work to get through the door, then this is for you. But I think you'll be taking this person's karma on, and they've got other influences as well. Weird energy. Yeah. This person doesn't actually really want to heal. I'm going to end this soon. Yeah, many options. I want to leave this energy. It's a waste of time. When I said that, I think be wasting your time, that you've already wasted your time. Love this person from a distance. This person can't bring you any inner peace. I think you're going to be conflicted though, which is a mad thing. There's someone in love with a clown out here in these spiritual streets. Yeah, they want to clip your wings. They want to bring you conflict. They see you as victorious now. They're not happy now. They want to bring the emotional cup. Now they see you as the strong one. Now you've let go of these burdens. Not giving them any warmth. Not giving them anything by the looks of it. Got a mirror here. Yeah, we've got finale and completely done. And then golden mirror underneath there, which is the narcissist card. Hopefully you're completely done with this narcissist. He doesn't want you to be, or she doesn't want you to be, because it flipped like that. But my God, the energy I tapped in, it's exhausting just tapping into it. No wonder it's over. What a nightmare. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there. Thank you for being here. Always listening to your own angels and guides. You know, it's up to you if you want to live a life with a clown. And Archangel Michael, please be here. Please protect me and the collective. Please protect us. Please bless us. So mote it be.